to another podcast with the Three Money Amigos. Today, it is just one amigo, and that is myself. So, we're going to dive in. But we still have a lot of good information, and we want you all to share it with as many people as possible because it's going to be applicable for this time of the year. Before I get started, the other Money Amigos that missing today, Attorney Beverly Winstead, she's visiting family, and also CPA Joyce Sistrunk, visiting family. I, however, am in the office, so I am taking the mantle and leading this Three Money Amigos discussion today. If you're trying to get in contact with either one of them, you can go to www.pgs-cpa.com. If you're looking for Joyce Sistrunk CPA, you can go to www.irshelpattorneys.com if you are looking for Attorney Beverly Winstead. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about monitoring your credit cards during the holiday season. Why are we talking about that? This is one of the highest times when people actually commit credit card fraud. So what do? You're out, you're shopping, you're using your card. Some of you all have your phones digitally placed in wallets in your phone. You're using those. Those are actually more safe than carrying a physical card nowadays. It's believed. Technology is changing by the second. We'll figure it out as time goes on. But today we're going to talk about 7 ways to really monitor your credit cards during the season to reduce the chance of somebody fraudulently using your card. First one, keep a close eye on your accounts. Many of you know you can log into your credit card companies and see what charges are being done. Now, more than ever, I would suggest going in. If you haven't logged in a while, if you forgot that you can log in, if you just pay the bill and don't really think about it, take a moment, log into your credit card accounts, and see if the charges make sense to you. Of course, you're going to have some charges on there. You might think, oh, I forgot about it. I don't remember what the company is. Sometimes companies' names aren't exactly as they show up on your credit card. However, most of us know if there's an outlier in our credit card buying statement. So look for an outlier. That's number one. Number two, we talked about using digital wallets. Digital wallets, actually, right now, it's being stated by bankrate.com that digital wallets are safer than carrying physical cards. Now, one thing I can say is that for women, all you women out there who are watching this, listening to this, running on the treadmill, taking a walk, whatever you're doing while you're listening to this, listen, be careful when carrying your purses around in malls if you're traveling, especially if you're traveling internationally. People have gotten pretty savvy on ways to receive information or strip information from your credit cards so they can then use them while they're still in your possession. Additionally, having your pocketbook stolen is a very real thing. So please don't carry all your cards in one purse thinking no one will ever take this. I'm safe. It'll never be me. That's what we all think about credit card fraud, is it'll never be me. One day it is you, and that's when you go, oh my gosh, it was me. So if you heard it here from the Three Money Amigos, don't carry all your cards together. They actually make purses that protect from anybody trying to scan your credit cards from outside of your physical space. Additionally, men, you thought maybe it was just women. It's not. You can actually buy wallets now, and it's a type of wallet. I don't know the type of wallet, but there's a type of wallet that will stop a person who's trying to scan your credit card again from outside your person while you're traveling, if you're in the store, if you're in a restaurant, wherever it may be. So think about that. Just number one, create an environment where it's very hard for a person to either steal the information or steal the physical card. Watch out for scams. If a website looks funny or the information is just off the way they ask questions, check the URL, check the email signature. A lot of times when people are scamming, there's a trail that can show you something's not right. You have to pay attention to that trail. The URL might say Amazon.com/tomorrow/next week or something that you just know that doesn't look right. If you notice in logos, sometimes if a company is saying they're Best Buy, but they spell buy BY, it seems like it'll be obvious, but sometimes we overlook it and we just make the purchase and we realize, oh my gosh, I just gave all my credit card information to this fake company. If that does occur, contact your credit card company. Tell them you believe that you've maybe entered your credit card information to a fraudulent website. What's going to happen is an inconvenience. They're going to issue you a new card, which means they're going to stop the card that you're using for that time being. It is a small inconvenience for, not have to go through the hassle of 20 different charges popping up on your credit card, and you have to dispute them all. And that means that you might want to consider a credit card freeze. If you've been monitoring your credit card and you say, you know what, something doesn't look right, you don't want to cancel the card, but you want to freeze it until you can figure it out. You can freeze your credit card. You can call the company, say, put a freeze on it. Different cards will freeze your cards different ways. Different companies will freeze your cards different ways. So just figure out whatever their process is. But that prevents you from having to get a completely new card. So that's number 4. And you can actually shop online with a virtual card number. Now, the virtual card number is something some of you all probably haven't used before. It's kind of like a front to your credit card. So I would say look that up. And if you haven't used one, Citi and Capital One are 2 platforms that use the virtual number, and you can look into it. And then enroll. Some of you all may already be enrolled in credit card monitoring companies. Choose a good one. There are a lot of them out there. Just choose one that makes sense for you if you're going to do it. Personally, I think if you're monitoring your card and you're checking your purchases on a regular basis, especially during the holiday season, it's going to save you a heartache. If something's going to happen, more than likely it's going to happen during this credit card season. However, what people do when they steal your credit card, some people, not all, and I read about this, so I read about it, that's where I got the information. They'll take your card and they'll start making small purchases at places that you normally would shop. It may be Walmart. So you don't see anything odd. It's like, oh, Walmart, I definitely shop there. So they just guess. They guess that it's a certain population of people who are just going to shop at certain places like Best Buy. People often shop at Best Buy, Amazon, eBay. Some of these are platforms that you're going to shop at every day and not pay any attention to a charge if you see it. Look at your charges. Even if there's small charges, pay attention to that. If you notice a whole bunch of small charges, don't think, oh, well, it's no big deal. It's only $5 or $10 or $30. If it doesn't seem right, investigate. Because that's normally to set up to a big charge coming. They're just trying to see how closely you pay attention to your credit cards before they really go make a big purchase. So make copies of your credit cards. So if you don't have copies of your credit cards, you want to make copies, keep it in the vault. If you don't have the information somewhere, just have your numbers. If you have passwords on your accounts, or you don't have passwords on your credit card accounts, put passwords on. Also, when you're traveling, I would suggest if you have a spouse, if you have a parent, if you have somebody you trust, or a safe, you want to keep a physical representation of that card in the safe, i.e. photocopying the front and the back. And you might think, well, why would I do that? If you're traveling, especially, and again, I'm not picking on women, I'm just simply saying women put a lot of things in their purse. And so if you have your credit cards and your cell phone in your purse, and somehow your purse is stolen, it's left behind at whatever restaurant, wherever it was just accidentally left, what are you going to do? More than likely, if you took pictures of your credit cards, most people would take the pictures with their phone. So now your phone is gone, your cards are gone, and you don't remember the numbers to any of them. Of course, you can call the companies, but after a certain point in time, a certain age, really, we have so many cards, we forget which cards we carry with us. We forget which cards we use the most. We forget which cards we have 2 of. And so it just becomes very confusing to remember it all. If you have it in the safe, you can call somebody and say, hey, check the safe. I need these cards, these telephone numbers, and then you can go down a checklist and actually make the calls and cancel cards as you need to. If you want to put the information in the cloud, I would suggest making sure it has at least 256-bit encryption wherever you're putting it in, and that it's secure. Many of these companies right now, they say they're storage companies, online storage companies that are off-brand, no offense to them, they're getting hacked. Even the bigger companies are getting hacked. So if you're going to leave it in the cloud, just understand it comes with a risk. But it gives you access to the information wherever you go. So I understand the benefits of it, and I get it. Just make sure you have a online vault versus just putting it into a Google Drive, because you don't want to have that type of information just floating in a Google Drive. I don't think you should. I would definitely have it in an online vault versus just an online storage company. So those are some ways that you can monitor your credit cards during the holiday season. I hope this information was helpful to some of you all. I see that there are some questions. Let me see what they are, if I can answer them. RFID is the blocking wallet. That is absolutely correct. Thank you for that. And I'll post that so people can see it. So I just received an RFID blocking wallet for Christmas myself, and I do some international traveling, so I'm looking forward to using that. But the biggest thing I can say is monitor, like go online and check your purchase history, especially during the holiday season. If anything looks out of the ordinary, call and check it. Again, some companies will process through another name, or it may be their parent company and you bought it from the subsidiary company, so the names don't match up. If the dollar amounts match up, then you're more than likely okay. But even then, check it. If something's really wrong, freeze it. If you know you lost it or it was stolen, then just cancel them. And make sure, even if you cancel them, you monitor those purchases for at least another 30 to 60 days. Because some things may have been pending, it may be on hold, but you have to check your account. I would say this too, and this is for everybody. Going into the end of the year, I suggest you get a free credit report. You can go to freecreditreport.com and get a full credit report from all three agencies. Take a look at it. It's the end of the year. Make sure all the information on there is correct. If anything looks wrong, you can actually write in, challenge it. If you want more information on what you do once you pull your credit report, you can contact myself, any of us. So any of the Three Money Amigos, you can contact us. You can go to threemoneyamigos.com, drop us a comment or email, and spend some time with your credit report. It's December 2022. We won't see you all again until next year. It's coming up soon. But we want you to go into 2023 understanding what's your credit score. Are there strategies to improve it? Is there information on your credit report that's wrong? Bottom line is monitor your credit, especially going into a new year, so you can have an amazing 2023 with very strong credit. Everybody, thank you for being with us. I am Brent Simpson with Three Money Amigos, Attorney Beverly Winstead, CPA Joyce Sistrunk. If you're looking for any of us or you want to get in contact with all of us together, please go to threemoneyamigos.com and we will see you